Hello, sorcerers. This video may seem a little disjointed because I lost some footage along the way. However, I've kind of combined two different videos into one for your viewing pleasure, and two exciting things come about in this video because I had to wait. One, this is opening up as like sort of a mailbag episode, but I get damaged cards in the mail. So we get to see the results of that. Does it get fixed? Does it not get fixed? You will find out very shortly. And it's from a pretty large retailer. So I think it matters to see this for your own use. Two, I talk about being able to teach new players, which kind of goes along with another video I just did about starting your local community. And we get to see how that went because in this video, initially I'm talking about getting the chance to do it. And then by the time I finish the video, well, we've already done it. And honestly, it's pretty freaking awesome to see how many people showed up to play sorcery and the results, the after effects and echoes that have come from that. Like, I've already been reached out to by 3 or 4 other people in this local area that want to come join again, or like not again, but want to join also. So anyways, stay tuned for that. I just wanted to warn you about the disjointed nature. There's going to be some hopping here and there, but I think I make it mostly clear. Enjoy. Welcome in, sorcerers. It's been a little bit since we've done a mailbag episode, so welcome back. We got some fun topics for today. So we're going to be talking about 2 different tournaments that just fired off, talking about the top 8 results of both of those, one in Vegas and one in the Netherlands. Then we're going to talk about an upcoming event I have, which is strictly for new people, but it's a grand reopening of the store that I go to, Gamers Haunt in Asheville, North Carolina. And they've invited me and my friend Jude, who you've seen open a box of beta on the channel before, to teach new players how to play sorcery. And then finally, we have a topic that is sort of broad. It's a little bit out there, but it almost feels like it ties into sorcery. And like the last video I made where I was kind of talking about the degradation of certain TCGs. And so those are the things we'll talk about today. Without further ado, let's look at some envelopes from the mail. It's been a while, so I got some stuff. Now, funnily enough, there are some things that I have received that I'm not even going to have physical cards in here for, because I was too eager like weeks ago to put these in a deck. But I just wanted to show briefly what I'm kind of getting. Many of you have been following along, like seeing how I'm like building my collection. Well, here's the thing I ordered. Very simple. Black Plague. I ordered a regular Black Plague. I had sold a foil Black Plague on the after I pulled it out of my first King Arthur box, or first Arthurian Legends box, and I got a regular Black Plague. It's going for like $18 at the time when I got it. It had gone down in price a little bit actually, so sold it for more than that because I had a foil, and then I got a non-foil. Yay, hooray. Then funnily enough, I got some more stuff. I've bought from Noble Dragon Games several times. If you buy from them, this is the kind of envelope you can expect to get things in. They're out of Rochester, New York. And typically they'll have like 2 kind of plastic packs in here, kind of side by side in this envelope, sent that way. I haven't had any issues with them. All kinds of things. I'm just getting cheesy stuff. If you can see, I've got like Into the Abyss, Lord of Lies, Onslaught, Poison Nova, Rat King, Sacred Stag, Ball Lightning, Bower of Bliss, a Salmon of Knowledge, which will come up very shortly, Wolpertinger, Swap, Step, Getting Real Estate, those dual lands that you get out of beta, the different double threshold lands, not double threshold, but like different kinds of threshold, fire, earth, water, earth, whatever. I would say get those. These are going for $248. These are the steps, and these aren't even the most expensive. The most expensive are like $350, $4, and I don't think they're going down. So again, I'll harp on that for folks. Make sure you get some copies of those. But yeah, we'll get to the fun stuff here, the actual openings. And I think from here, Quadratics LLC, heck, I don't even know what I got from these guys. Is it even in the, yeah, great. Real fun video. Okay, here we go. We got Don't Open Vending, and I really don't know what these are. I have been away at a family for 4th of July, so we got some stuff from Cold Foil Heroes here in Georgia, or south of me in Georgia, and we got from Palos Verdes Peninsula, California. That might be a pretty place to live. We got this one. So I cut open this envelope, but I haven't looked inside yet. I thought I cut it open. Yes, here we go. Okay, I'll try to hide my address if it shows up. I don't know why. I don't know if any of you would like send the police after me, but who knows? Maybe you would. Anything? Nope. Okay, it's just a plain sheet of paper. This is new for shippers. I have not. Usually they send like a TCG player invoice. Nope. It's in a Ziploc bag. That's great. So I don't know why that tickles me. So I've never seen a Ziploc bag used as a case. And then we have inside a silver bullet. Do we have just one, or we have multiple silver bullets? But they're in their own individual sort of sleeves. So there we go. I have never pulled out of any of my boxes a silver bullet. So they are elite relics. That pinpoints the problem. Bearer has tapped, sacrifice silver bullet. This unit may cast an exceptional spell from your collection. I have noticed some lists running silver bullets instead of, or maybe in addition to, but I think mostly instead of, your toolboxes. Toolboxes don't need to be tapped to be used, and that was always kind of the problem. But the type of cards you can get, exceptionals versus ordinaries, allows you to get things like, I believe Raise is sort of a exceptional card. It lets you destroy sites and all the artifacts on top of them, stuff like that. It's really good. And in fact, it saw some play in a tournament that I was watching online that we'll talk about. So might as well go ahead and talk about that now. We've got SCG Con Vegas, one of the two tournaments that happened recently. And what was really cool about it, number one deck, Pathfinder. We'll show the card up here. I'll just show all the main avatars up here. Number 2, Sorcerer. The first, the basic. We got Elementalist at number 3, Avatar of Air at number 4, Imposter at number 5, Persecutor number 6, Archimago at number 7, Dragon Lord at number 8. And if you've been counting along with all of those, you recognize that literally they are all different. We'll show the full screenshot and list right here, right now. Isn't that pretty awesome? Sorcery is in, I think, a great place. Now this one, big package. Cold Foil Heroes. They're famous Sorcery famous if you watch Lord of Itza's videos. He's sponsored by them. I am not sponsored by them. Let's see what they sent me. They sent cardboard. Sweet. All right. I cannot get into my desk drawer to get my little X-Acto knife out, so we're just going to go with these scissors that are dull AF. These are bad scissors. See how long that took to break that open? Maybe I'd be better off using just fingernails. I have no idea what the heck I ordered here, because mostly my Archimago deck is built already. There's very few things that I can really justify spending money on right now, like Archangel Michael that I need. But as far as little things go, or things that are like relatively budget, let's see, what did I get? Aha! Okay, sweet. So I got a second Mirage. Mirage is really sweet. It's an elite site of uncertain apprehension. When played, you may return a site you own to your hand to play this site in its place. This is very good with the site called Heirloom Lost, which basically replaces a opponent's site, kind of exiling or removing their site completely. And so you play Heirloom Lost, you remove their site, you play a Mirage, you pick your Heirloom Lost back up, and then you get to do it all over again. It's almost like you got the Heirloom Lost effect for free. So very cool. Whew. Okay. Here is a site that I needed, and I felt like I needed to pull the trigger on. We got Mirror Realm. Mirror Realm, just like the Beauteous playmat we have underneath. by Liz Danforth is a site that enters the realm as a copy of another site. So it could be a Boulevard of Bones, it could be a Rift Valley. Who knows what site you're gonna play? It could be another Sinkhole. But when Archimago expands its reach, I need to have just the flexibility of getting this off the top. It was used to great effect in some of the games. So, yeah. Aha. Here's a card I'd never had before, never pulled. Seems amazing. Infiltrate. 4 mana, red. Sophisticated magic for elite access. Gain control of target enemy minions until it deals damage and tap it. It gains stealth. I'm curious, does it gain stealth after I deal damage? No, it probably gains stealth. Like, that's separate from here. It just gains stealth in general. Okay, so I take it. It goes undercover. It wears the mask. It gets stealth. And then when I tap it to do damage to an enemy, then they get it back. It's revealed. Okay. I'm curious. Did I get... Aha. I got 2. Sweet. Well, that's good because it's an elite. Oh, that's not good, though. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. You kind of see like a little crimping here. There's like some marks right there on the... Yeah, that's not great. Well, I'll have to let old Cold Foil Heroes know. In fact, it's on both. It's like the cards got crimped inside. I wonder if these got messed up. Hopefully not. Did these get messed up? Well, I'm glad these didn't get messed up. It doesn't look like. But it looks like maybe some kind of crimping happened on the envelope right there. That's crazy. I don't love that. I hope it didn't happen to too many other ones. But it definitely happened on the Infiltrates. So there you go. I think I'm just going to let Cold Foil Heroes know about this. I mean, it's relatively minor. But, yeah, a little frustrating. These are still definitely like playable cards. But I think you can even see sort of like the... Let me see. See sort of like the bend here on the top lip. Yeah, that's frustrating. Oh, well, what are you going to do? It's bound to happen sometime. I'd have extraordinarily good luck with getting cards so far in the mail, even if the envelopes were totally decimated. And then we have Assorted Animals. Did you get any crimping on these? Sort of. Feels like, yeah, like, look at, oh my God. Look at that. This is not major. Let's see if I can get it in the light here. Let's go ahead and up the volume here. There's like, you can probably see it in the light now. Yeah, on the edge of whatever this is. It's a Wolpertinger and it's all messed up on the edge there. Lame. What about our other cards? Yeah, these are kind of messed up too. That sucks, man. Well, we're going to have to send old Cold Foil Heroes a message. But I got 2 Assorted Animals. I will use these cards hopefully until I get some replacements or something. Assorted Animals are sweet. Great. Got to use these to get Cemetery Rats out of my deck and Gargantulas and Root Spiders. Because you search your spellbook for different beasts with a combined mana cost of X or less, reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle your spellbook. So this is a good way to get stuff in your graveyard with the Cemetery Rats, which we'll show a copy of here. And then also to get the spiders that you need. My goodness. Did they get more messed up here? Man, it's all crimped. And I think it's because of this. I do not like this method of storage. I hate this method of storage. Like, I think maybe this bent or something. I'm not really sure what happened, but yeah, like cardboard slips are not a good way to store cards. They're just not, especially not when the stuff on the inside is just like light plastic and there's no hard cases. Like if you ship cards, big amounts of cards, please, please, please use sort of a hard case. They make them of many sizes, where you can just kind of literally close them up. Okay, sorry, that's my frustration live on camera. Well, now you know I haven't opened them right, because then I can't fake this kind of exasperation. We got a Valley of Delight, which is a sweet card. Basically, Genesis, you just choose a type of element, and you get to put that on it. You get to put whatever mana you want. I got another Sylvan Splendor. I've got so many Sylvan Splendors. Now I have 4. I needed some because I have some in my pig deck, in my Squeakers deck, which we'll talk about in a second. And I also needed some in my brand new Wolf deck. So I needed another one of those. Then we got a second Guards. I had 1 copy of this before. And yeah, summon a Foot Soldier token to each site near your avatar. Sweet. And then finally, we got Arcane Barrage, which has like a little crimp line, it looks like. It's hard to tell. There's like some kind of line up there. Got 2 of these. I see this card used to great effect in decks all the time. Arcane Barrage is X mana. It's 3 air threshold, a fierce flurry of elite magic. Shoot X projectiles in the same direction, 1 at a time. Each deals 1 damage. I mean, you could just pepper the world with little snowballs coming out of your hands and kill lots of skeletons, kill all kinds of stuff. So I got a couple Arcane Barrages. I don't know if I have plans to put them in the deck right away. We got Ursat's Platts. It's a cool land. I feel like it hasn't hit its potential yet. It's got crazy art. An elite site of unsettling pillars and slats. You can play an exceptional site from your collection here, banishing this site. So again, I've been kind of moving towards the idea of, let me test out Silver Bullets and something like an Ursat's Platts, where I can just fetch an elite site or an exceptional site out of my collection versus just putting in my deck and never really seeing it. Okay, so we got 2 because it is elite. We can run 2 of these. So basically, this was the theme of my buying, was like, I'm just going to get 2 of elites, because these cards were like I don't think they were crazy expensive or anything. So Ursat's Platts were like 95 cents each. Arcane Barrage was $1.49 each. Yeah, Guards was 99 cents. So the most expensive card by far was the Mirror Realm, and I just needed a copy of that. And then the Infiltrates were $7 each, so that was pricey as well. But now I have 2. Hopefully I'll get some more to replace these. I'll just talk with Cold Foil Heroes and see how they want to settle things, and I'll let you guys know how it goes in a future mailbag episode. Hopefully it'll all go fairly smoothly. All right, here we go. Here's a small follow-up to the Cold Foil Heroes debacle. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see. It's just an order form in here. It shows addresses and stuff. Okay, it's just some copies of cards. Okay. So previously, what had kind of happened here was that we just had cards in plastic sleeves. We did not have cards inside of any other protection on the inside. And it seems what they've done is they've gone ahead and corrected that issue here. So these cards should be good, I'm imagining. Let's see what we got. Sweet. We got ourselves our Wolpertinger. No issues on the corners of that card at all. We got Assorted Animals. And okay, so we got 2 copies of that. No issues whatsoever. And that's really all it needed, even though I know I've been critical in previous videos of these cardboard pieces. If you have a shipping shield on the inside, then you're protected. But without that, boy, you really have no protection, and these cards just would slide around in soft cases And that's what happened to the previous damage. So glad to see that Cold Foil Heroes made it right. I'll have to adjust my review of them. I did leave sort of a negative review just to get attention, because they didn't really reach out to me for about 4 or 5 days after I tried to contact them directly. And then I left a negative review and there was still no contact for like 3 days. And then TCG Player sent a message saying, hey, you had a negative review. We'll reach out to the person for you. And then I finally got some emails. I can show stuff on screen, I think, from them. So it was about 5 days or so in between getting damaged cards and then finally getting word back from them. So I do wish that was a little faster. They obviously are a big distributor for a lot of different card games. So, but either way, they did seem to make it right. Okay. Assorted animals and a guards. So I think they may have shipped me an extra assorted animals. And we'll just say that's for pain and suffering. There was no real pain and suffering, but yeah, it would cost more to ship that back than the card is worth itself. So, well, I appreciate them making it right. Thank you, Cold Foil Heroes, for, responding at some point and getting all the cards that I need for my decks, so that I can compete in this upcoming tournament that I'm excited for. All right, let's get back to the rest of the video. Recently, there's a YouTube video or people that you should follow called Trolls of the Realm. They ran a tournament in the Netherlands that had sold out, constructed 128 players. There was a top 8 for it. I think it had 4 Archimago lists. You can also listen to the Helpful Hobbs on this same Trolls of the Realm YouTube channel. They're 2 professional players, one of which I think won, if I'm not mistaken, named Geoffrey. Geoffrey? He's from France, I think. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry for that if I'm wrong. But anyways, he won with an Archimago list. And I think he plays Archimago all the time. So if you want to hear about how Archimago should run, and you're like past my video that you've already seen, and you're kind of like, well, I want to hear from a real guy who like competes and like does wonderful things with it, listen to him, look up his list. I'll post one of those lists below. So what I wanted to say, and I have an asterisk right here, is because lo and behold, an amazing thing happened. And let's just show it on the screen. I took a screenshot because it was cool. There was a moment where my favorite little pigs were actually on camera. And not only were the pigs on camera, but my favorite combination, which I talked about in Hot Squeaker Summer, Feign Death plus Squeaker equals a ninja pig with stealth. It draws you a card, and it gets an activation of the Squeaker's death rate ability. So the death rate didn't hit in the game, but the stealth Squeaker, the ninja Squeaker, it actually won the game. It was able to hit the avatar without them seeing it and just take them out when they were on death's door. And I was absolutely thrilled. I feel vindicated. I think that probably Squeakers are the best thing that's ever happened. And I'll use this video as proof. If I ever get a chance to interview or talk with the Squeaker pilot, I will highlight them. And as far as I'm concerned, Squeakers winning is just as in that one game, the single game. Who knows? They might have lost all other games. In that one game, though, they've won my heart yet again, which leads into teaching new people for this upcoming event at Gamers Haunt, Asheville, North Carolina, on July 11th. Me and Jude are going to sit down. We're going to man the table for 2 to 4 hours each, and then we're going to have some other folks. There's another manager there who plays Sorcery and has some precons. He's going to bring his precons. His name is Nick, and I think we're just going to have a good old time. And I think I want to go ahead and maybe like film something there. Here we are at the local game shop here in Asheville, North Carolina. We're about to do a sorcery day, teaching a lot of people new things, new wonderful things. So let's go ahead and go into the shop, check things out. We've already got some folks here and it's not even started yet. Dun, dun, dun. Sorcery Day. Hello, Brandon. Here we go. Inside the Gamers Haunt in Asheville, North Carolina. Lots and lots of folks already parked here for Sorcery Day, teaching new players how to play. Well, so you get to see the inside of the store. And this event ran from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I think, in the afternoon. It went way better than I anticipated. I expected maybe 6, 7 players to come. And I thought that me and Jude would be teaching maybe 6 or 7. The truth is we doubled that number. On the screen right now, we're showing, I posted a couple little pictures, things that I had drawn up before I went. Reasons to play sorcery. These are kind of funny to me. One of them being UB free, Pinkerton free. Well, you know, that describes one of the card games I came from. So, but not only that, so I'm going to show some results. Here's a worker at the shop contacting me after the event went off. Seems like sorcery did great today, they say. I think so. Very happy with the turnout. Thanks y'all for working on the back end and making space for it. Did you get the poster? They're talking about like the gothic sort of skull poster that came with the store kit. No, I did not. Waited a little bit, but everyone looked pretty busy. I'll make sure you get it. The turnout impressed upon us, and this is the important line, the turnout impressed upon us that sorcery is a game that we should support. I mean, just blows me away. I'm super happy that the turnout happened, because now the store, which was already getting store kits and stuff and looking into it, it sounds like they're making space for it. And this is in a sea of other card games. So I'm just super thankful, grateful for that, and got to keep up the good work, right? You make little steps, you make advances. We haven't won yet. The win is that we get sorcery playing regularly all the time. And for me personally, if I miss a weekend, I don't feel like sorcery is going to die. You know, I don't feel that literally, like in our area, I mean. But there's a part of me that's like, I'm spearheading this and I kind of like try to draw people in. So I want to be able to like release this bird and let it fly, and not have to kind of stay with it the whole time. So I talk about this on the internet. I go to a couple groups, Sorcery official group, stuff like that. I post about the success because I think part of starting your own play group is trying to just kind of advertise and market a little bit. So I show pictures from the game. I'll show some pictures to you all in the video after. And then I get this response. Do you guys think you'll have consistent play groups tournaments? I have been dying to play this game. Indeed. And so this person winds up replying later of like, looks like I need to get a deck together, I think is their response. So can't wait to see them at the tournament at the Tokyo Toy Box, which is close to my home shop, Gamers Haunt. And yeah, so here's 2 players. On the right is Nicholas. I think he's going to Avatar the Realm later this year. So good luck, Nicholas. On the left, I do not remember the name of this player, and I'm sorry, I forgot. I tried to write down some names, but I played against Nicholas in the event that we kind of ran at the shop. And this is early on before people had kind of filtered in, but I didn't get to play against the other player, so I didn't really get their name. And this is the tournament I'm going to. So we see Rule 0 up in the top right corner over there. I've paid my $20 admission fee, and it's going to be my first Cornerstone event. I'm probably going to bring Archimago. That's the deck I feel is probably the strongest that I own. So looking forward to it. Can't wait. And here's another little thing I created just to like build a little hype. I didn't want to spend a ton of money on like giving away free product and stuff because I don't have that much. But what I do have is like cool foils, and I got that are sort of inexpensive. So I got foils from each element. It might be like Wall of Fire, Whirlwind, stuff like that. And I made a game where if you played a game at all, or if you showed up to this event, you get to roll a d20. And the Salmon of Knowledge, of course, would determine if you get to pick one of those foils. Strangely enough, literally 2 people succeeded on the roll. One of them was Jude, and he gave it to a new player who we're going to see a note from in just a second. And the second person wasn't even playing sorcery. They were a literal baby. It was a friend's baby who came in, and we taught them how to roll a die. And they dropped it on the table. Got a 16, dropped it on the table again, got a 14. Outdid the tons of other people who tried to roll this die. One guy even twice. This comes from one of the players that we just introduced to the game. Literally sends me a text message that night that not even, first he starts asking like, do you think this game's going to last? And so I try to be as honest as I can be, right? I can't predict the future, but I can tell you from numbers wise, Sorcery's tournament attendance is building. People seem very excited about it. Like I point to my own videos, like a lot of my videos are doing pretty well considering the community's so small. They order precons. They get right into it. And this is not the end. I don't have the pictures to show it, but this player later sends me a message the following day, somehow getting their hands on cards. They're like, it's a long story how I got the cards, and they started building their first deck. So the bug is there, I'm assuming, and I can't wait to play more games. Here's another person online, again, from the hype of me posting about the event after. This person sees that it's in North Carolina, says, dang, I'm only an hour and a half away from you guys. May need to swing by and check it out sometime. The store looks really nice. You're correct on all fronts. And so I let them know when we're playing, kind of like give out my information if they need to DM me about stuff. And they're not that far away. So looking forward to seeing them at the Gamers Haunt playing Sorcery. So here's another picture of the event itself. This is me in the foreground. Let's see, we've got Nicholas, Matthew, Carl, Taylor, Jude in the back right, and Mike up here in the middle. And there's some other players like Judge Brian, I think, was playing against me. I call him Judge Brian. His name is Brian. He was wearing a literal sorcery hoodie, and I know he's on the Discord, but I'm not a Discord guy, as I've shared earlier, so it's very hard for me to parse like who's who or search for Brian. I don't really know, but he's a judge. He's a level 1 judge officially, so it was really interesting to play against him. Archmago, for my part, went 3-0, and I was very excited. Went versus Sorcerer, versus Witch, and what was the last one? I can't remember, but Harbinger, I think. Had a great time. And these were versus the intermediate players. Jude, Carl, all of them are kind of like helping to teach new players more so than I was. I was kind of like working with the intermediate players more so. It just happened to work out that way. Either way, great time. And that's the end of this video. So the lessons end, the wrap up. 1, just like if you're trying to build your community, just keep chugging away. Little things here and there. Get some support if you can. I'm really grateful to Jude for helping out with the training. Grateful to Gamers Haunt for opening up a space for us. But they wouldn't have done, neither of these people would have jumped in and helped had they not seen that I was committed to the bit and just wanted to keep growing the community and showed up every weekend trying to push it. So talk to y'all on the flip flop. Goodbye, Sorcerers.